Have you ever seen a painting like this one? What about this one? Does it look familiar? It's a style called Impressionism, which is quite popular now, but it wasn't accepted in the artist's time. It's sort of like the opposite of realism, which artists and painters just paint something really, really realistic. But Impressionism is more about painting what's really going on. And often Impressionists wants to capture the things that would go away or change very quickly, like the clouds or like sunset. And they have to do it very quickly, so they could only paint the impression of something, which is like the feeling or the picture of something happening. So this one is Clout Monet, who is like one of the first founders of Impressionism. And he is very good friends with most of the other painters. Well, they're all very good friends with each other, and they founded their own exhibition, and they had 8 of them. So this is Alfred Sisley, and this is Renoir. Yes. So he is like one of Monet's best friends. This is Pissarro, and he's famous for both his painting skills and for his family. Well, two of his sons and one of his granddaughter, they're all famous painters too. This is Edgar Degas, who painted the Ballerina. No one did before him. And this is one of the only female painters in that time. So this is the other female painter, and you can see by their own self-portraits, like this one and this one. Oh, not this one. Like these and this one, and especially this one. You can see from their own self-portraits that they paint very quickly, capturing the light and colors of the moment and what's happening. So, what's special with Pissarro is that he is Jewish, and actually the Jewish religion forbids the making of any art or painting. So he broke an ancient taboo to paint. And Monet painted like cartoony and and comic figures of people, and people at that time loved the ridiculous paintings of themselves. So this is one of Monet's paintings called Impression Sunrise, and you can see the recognizable sun in the distance, and in the foreground and middle ground there are ships, and in the background there's the sun and clouds. So it seems like a simple painting, almost as if it's a sketch, but actually there's many things going on at the same time. And one thing about Impressionism is that they are also inspired by Turner, who is an English artist. And so Turner also painted lots of paintings about sunrise and landscapes and seascapes. So he's like one of the painters who inspired Impressionists. So this is one of the paintings done by Renoir, like a bunch of people dancing and eating, playing around in the park or something. This is by the female painter, and it's about a mother taking care of her baby. So one thing about the female painters is that they painted other women sitting in gardens or in their houses, because women weren't supposed to sit in the cafe alone. This is a painting of Ballerinas by Degas. Well, Degas is famous for painting ballerinas, and he painted many of them, but he was the first to paint ballerinas. This is another, and this is by Monet. This is by Renoir. So, as I said, the Impressionism style wasn't really accepted in their time, and that's because of the French Salon, which is the only way to present your art. And to have your art presented, there would be art professors to judge your art and to see if you could present your art in the salon. And the realism artists are actually against the salon, because the salon they think that the proper themes and also the good topics and good figures to paint were biblical figures like this one, or religious themes, or historical and heroic figures. So they were against the salon because they didn't like that. They wanted to paint the things in everyday life, and the light and color, and the impression of everyday life. The Impression painters wanted to paint it that, but the salon didn't accept that at all. They said that, "Why did you give me a unfinished painting?" The salon thinks that their paintings, like this one I just showed you, and all these paintings are too simple to be a actual artwork. So they founded their own exhibition. They had 8 of them, and Camille Pissarro was the only one who attended all 8 of them. And that's how Impression was found.